You're listening to the Fat Gay Texan. I'm Jake, your unapologetic host. This isn't your average podcast. Here, we don't throw political correctness out the window because, frankly, we never let it through the front door in the first place. Buckle up. We're diving into something that's raw, real, and refreshingly unfiltered. In today's episode, I'm going to go over my hatred for self help books and motivational speakers and self help seminars and any of the things on that spectrum of the world, which I find repulsive, annoying, and abusive. Let's first talk about why people seek out self help books. Because life sucks in a lot of ways, doesn't it? Wouldn't it be great if there was a book you could pick up? You could walk right over here to the shelf at the library, pick up a book, open it up, and go, there's all the answers to my questions. Everything's going to be okay. There's an appeal to easiness, like the lottery. There's an appeal to fast money. We all have lottery dreams. It's the easy, quick fix. With this, all my problems can be solved. That's the same appeal that self-help books have, and self-help seminars, and God forbid, motivational speakers. You will not find any motivation here in my podcast. Just kidding. So these people are desperate for an answer. They usually need a quick fix. They're wanting to better themselves. So they turn to these self-proclaimed geniuses that have all the answers. And all you have to do is follow what I say in my book, and boom, your life, magic, perfect, everything's great. We fall for it all the time. I never have, to be honest with you. I can't stand any of those people, but we fall for the snake oil salesman in life. We do. It's really common for us to do something like that. Someone coming in promising $1 for every dime you give them. So these wonderful people come in and they look at us and they say, there is a ticket to Easy Street. They're in it for the fast money too. They're not out to help. These experts often live detached lives from the rest of us. They use idealized words and they're far removed from everyday realities. So they paint a picture of a perfect utopia. I have the same feeling about a lot of people that have been in Washington for a long time, that they are so far removed from what normal people go through that they can't provide for you anymore. They can't give you answers. They don't know what you need. And when you read these self-help books, they're often they're meant so that they're written so that anyone that picks them up will find something useful out of them. So it's not tailored towards your specific problem, your specific needs, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution for everyone's problems. So keep that in mind if you ever go to pick one up. Years ago, it was Christmas, and well, every year there's Christmas, but years ago, at a specific Christmas, at work, I remember it was time for a little, oh, don't you hate those stupid white elephant exchange things? Oh, I got you a gift. Oh, God, just give me cash and move on. My boss was so happy with the gift she bought everybody. And I love my boss, and she was my former boss, and I still love her. She's a wonderful person. But she was at a car wash, and she found someone had left it behind, a diary. That's how useful it was they left it behind. That should have been her first clue. And all you had to do was write down something positive in this stupid diary I was looking at my bookcase to see if I still have it. I probably threw it in the trash. And oh my God, a positive affirmation diary or something along those lines. Some jackass spent 10 minutes on Microsoft Word uploading it into some software to make blank pages to sell a book full of blank pages with lines on them And oh, it is supposed to change people's lives. And remember, I love my old boss, one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She was telling me, oh, I started using this and oh, my life has changed. Every morning I wake up and do this. And oh, I was so sick. It made me nauseous. I thought, what a wasted gift. You spent money on this crap. Someone put no thought into this, probably making tons of money online on Amazon selling these things. And it's it's just all wrong. It gives this illusion of transformation that all you have to do is this. And that's what it boils down to. Genuine personal growth is not found in a book. It's not found by writing down positive affirmations every day. Personal growth comes from within, and there's no catchphrase or quick fixes to make yourself grow as a person. The self-help industry profits from creating a cycle of dependency and perpetual dissatisfaction. Oh, you've read this book. Did your life get a little bit better, but it's not where you want it to be? Well, thank God, I've recently written another book that will make your life just as good as the first book promised that it would, but it didn't. You're still not happy with your life. Flash note over here. You know why you're not happy with your life? All you did was read a book. Never, ever, ever in my life have I read a book and said, oh, all my problems are solved now. No, they're in it to make money. Remember years ago how we would joke the old family refrigerator would outlive us all? Companies got smart, had an idea pop in their head one day at a board meeting table saying, look, these damn things are lasting 50 years. We're not selling any more of them. Well, if your goal is to make money by being a published author in your genre is self-help books, if your book really helped people, you wouldn't have another way to make money once everybody bought book number 1. So no, you got to have book number 2 because it promises way more than book number 1 ever did. Yes, you'll be happy with book number 2. And hey, if that doesn't work, don't worry. We're already working on books number 3 through 10 because it's a series. I remember at work years ago, this is kind of cruel, but I'm going to tell it anyway. I remember I was walking up to one of the valet guys at work, and he was reading a book, 7 Healthy Habits of Highly Productive People. You've seen that book? Hopefully you haven't read it. It probably didn't do you any good. He was reading that book, and it was very old and worn. You could tell by the cover. It was paperback. You know how the paperbacks get those creases in them. It's been read many times. It was discolored. Some of the title had been worn off as if it's just been rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and read. I said, what you reading there? He goes, oh, 7 Healthy Habits of Highly Productive People. I said, is it a good book? He goes, oh yeah, I've read it many times over the year. And I said, yeah, but you're still a valet guy. Now, was that cruel? Yes. Is it funny? Absolutely. Is it truthful? Yes. If you want to grow, you have to do something to change it. Now, reading is a great thing. You can get a lot of knowledge from reading. You can get higher education. You can become an expert on a subject. Those are things that can change your life, not a self-help book. People are continuously seeking new advice, believing it will provide the next breakthrough. Counselors do this, psychologists do this. I'm not saying there's not helpful ones out there. But once again, if all your problems are fixed in the first session, doesn't solve, it's not repeat business. People are always seeking answers. What's the next breakthrough? How am I going to get to the next step? Tell me. No one can tell you. Didn't your parents ever teach you that when you were growing up? No one can tell you what you need to do. I can provide you with some information. Then you can make the best choice based on this information. Now, these people are wanting someone to make a choice for them. And I think what accepts me what upsets me more than anything about this whole industry is you're preying on the most vulnerable people in society. You are preying on people who do need help, but instead of providing help, you provide false hope. They pay for these seminars, they pay for these books. No good advice has ever been paid for. If I'm going to tell you something that I believe is real and is going to help you, I'm not charging you for it. I will give you the benefit of my opinion or the benefit of my experience for free because I actually want to help you. I'm not here to make a profit off of this. Now, this is not a motivational self-help podcast, so yes, I am out to make a profit. But podcast are free. You didn't pay for this, did you? No. Because true advice and true opinions that come from people who truly care, they don't charge you for it. So my last point on this, and this is where we go into that part of the podcast and the back end where I talk about the things that piss me off. Well, no, it pisses me off more than motivational self-help books and self-help seminars. The people who say they've changed their lives and they won't shut up about it. It's usually someone in middle management, isn't it? Someone in middle management. Oh my God, Jake, I've read this book. Oh, my life is forever. You've got to read this. And then you do what we all do in the South, right? We all do this in the South. We all lie because it's polite. And we say, oh yeah, sure, I'll have to look into that. That's what we do. It's the same thing we do when we ask someone, Northerners, if you're listening, this is a Southern trick. If we ask you, we see you coming into the house and you're carrying a box, or you got a bunch of groceries in the car, we are brought up to be polite. We are brought up to say, hey, do you need some help with that? Now, we are also brought up to be polite back, and we say, no, thank you, I've got this. But people will sometimes say, yes, you can help me with this. And then you're like, damn it, I didn't know. It's not how this works. I say, can I help you? Because I'm trying to be polite. You say no, because you're trying to be polite. And we go about our business. That's what we do. But these managers will come back to you when you have just been polite. They don't know the trick. They don't know what politeness is. Sure, I'll look into that. They will circle back with you a week later asking you if you've read the book. Well, now you've already lied about it, saying you'll look into it. So you've either got to say, oh, no, it's on my list. We do that for Netflix, right? Oh, it's on my watch list. Never going to watch it. But, oh, so that's a lie we have to tell. I haven't had a chance to get around to it yet. But the problem with that lie is that then they're going to come back and say, well, when you get a chance to read it, let me know, because it's really changed my life. That crap. So these people piss me off because they won't drop it. I'm glad that worked for you. And hey, if you've ever gotten something out of a motivational book or self-help book or one of those seminars or listening to a speaker at one of those I paid for you to make me better self-help seminars, good. I'm glad you did. If you got something positive out of it, great. What I'm telling you is the industry is a scam. It's a brainwashing scam. Probably get a lot of hate for it, but that's what it is. Why are they going to be mad at it? Because it's true. That's why people who listen to this that get mad at that are going to be mad, because they know what I'm saying is true. So instead of reading a self-help book, here's my advice for you. If you want to make your life better, this is not a joke or this is not a rant. This is legitimately what I would do. Sit down. Now I'm the motivational speaker. But it's simple. This is what they taught you in school. This is what your parents taught you. Write down a list of goals for yourself. Then write down a list of things you need to achieve that goal or goals. And then write down steps you're going to take to mark things off that list. The list you need to achieve the goals so you get where you want to be. That's all you need to do. That's it. I could make that a sticker and probably sell 1 million of them because, oh, it's self-help and motivational. No, it's common sense. It's what we were taught in school. It's what your parents taught you. Where do you want to be? What do you need to get there? And how are you going to get there? That's all you need to know. Figure those 3 things out. 2 things out. 3 things, yeah. Figure those 3 things out, and boom, bang, you've met your goals. That's all it takes. Now, it's going to take you to get your butt out of bed? Absolutely. That's my problem. Right? We all meant to exercise today, but, oh, is I Love Lucy on? Well, I can't really exercise during this. Or we all meant to eat healthy that day, right? Well, I was going to eat healthy today, but ice cream was on sale, $1.99. I mean, it would be unhealthy for me to pass that up. It was cheaper than the tofu burgers I was going to buy. So I made an economical choice, which is healthy because now I'm not stressed about money. And money stress is the #1 cause of illness. Anyway, I hope you guys got something out of it. But just remember, look out for snake oil salesmen. I try not to be one on this podcast. It's pretty real, raw, and unfiltered, almost like our tagline. But don't fall for that. And y'all, if you do fall for it, if it worked for you, great. Doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody else. I will give you my piece of advice and I will shut up about it. If I give you a piece of advice, I will never, ever, ever come back and ask you how that worked out for you. Now, I am Southern, so if you didn't take it and things didn't work out for you, I will sit here and go, I told you. I won't say that to your face. I'll tell, in my head, right? I'll say, well, if you'd taken my advice, you wouldn't be in this situation right now. But no. So if you give someone advice, never follow up with them because they may just be taking it to be polite. That's a Southern trick. Thank you for listening. Hope you got something out of this. We are on almost every major podcast streaming platform nowadays. YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Samsung, Amazon, Podbean. You can find us wherever you get your podcast. If you're listening to us on a platform that allows you to like, subscribe, or comment, I would hope and appreciate that you would do so. Even if you want to leave me nasty comments, I don't care. They're comments. It helps with the algorithm. I really don't care. But no, if you can leave a comment, please do, because I will read them and respond to you. If you have a topic you'd like me to cover or advice you'd like me to give, well, I'll give you the benefit of my experience, but I won't follow up with you on it. Thanks for listening. This is Jake. Have a great day.